Guys, welcome to 30 Day Slam. We got a special guest we're bringing in today. Well, when I say bringing in, we're going to be Skyping with this special guest. So this is the gentleman who built Forex Strategy Builder Pro. So he's a very, very experienced Forex / programmer. Being in this market since 2006, he built the first automated backtester, and effectively he's built multiple softwares from there. Software which builds the code for your backtest, and he's got some cool thing called the reactor, which I don't know what that is, so he can tell me about this. But I'm going to give him a call on Skype. Let's just try and get him on the line. The 30 Day Slam, we are talking to Miroslav, who is the designer of Forex Strategy Builder Pro, the software which I've been running literally non-stop since I started this challenge. The goal of this software is to build automated trading systems which help us trade the market and can deliver a reliable result over a long period of time. So, welcome Miroslav.
Hello everyone. Miroslav Popov. I started working with Forex a long time ago, around 2000, 17 years ago, and started like an ordinary trader with opening my first demo.
Excellent.
But there was no such sophisticated tools like now. At that time, it was possible only to put indicators on your chart.
Yes.
To watch the indicators, how they move, and to buy and sell, and that's all.
Yes. So basically, you went on this path to develop something better.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wanted to understand how the indicators work, and what the different signals mean, and what signals produce good result.
Yes.
So actually, what I think is to create a backtester then.
Yes.
I was not aware for such tools.
Yes.
MetaTrader, there was some version of MetaTrader, but there was no backtester in the MetaTrader. And I started programming indicators in Excel.
Yes.
To use the Visual Basic for the logic.
Okay.
Visual Basic integrated.
What can I ask? I mean, are we talking simple indicators like a moving average, or did you go quite advanced indicators?
No, it was. I started with the very, very basic. Yes, of course, moving average, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and that's the standard indicators. But it really doesn't matter what are the indicators, because all indicators take information from the price.
Exactly.
No matter how you combine this information.
Yes.
This is the same information.
It's just a different way to read the price.
Yeah, of course. So
yes.
If you can make a very good trading system with using only the basic indicators.
Yes.
So what we can do? We can detect the market, the speed, the trend, the rate of change.
Yes.
And so I started making simple models in Excel and try to predict the market, and try to make different combinations of indicators, and that was what we call now signals.
Yes.
So
yes.
When one indicator goes up and the other indicators change it upwards, and to have a signal. And I made a very simple trading system, actually simulation.
Yes.
In Excel, and little by little I added more rules and more logic, and it became really huge. Actually, it was very big.
Yes.
It used complex algorithms like genetic optimization and.
Wow. Yeah.
It uses also what we call now portfolio, or
portfolios of systems, I guess.
Portfolios, several strategies for trading simultaneously.
Yeah.
But it was very slow. So
yes.
the computer was very slow then. It took several hours to calculate the signal, but in that time the market already moved.
That would be what, like a 386 in 2000 and what did you say? 17 years, so 2000s. That'd be like a 386 or a 486 or something.
Something like that. 2001 I started that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that issue. It was very slow, and then I translated all indicators in C.
Yes.
Language C, and my data trading system worked in console.
Yes.
But it was very difficult to work with that. You have to make some configuration files.
Yes.
So and that time Microsoft released .NET.
Yes.
As the platform for programming, and I started making a user interface to that application.
Yes.
And put a chart, put a journal there to see what happens, set some menus to be possible to adjust the trading logic, the parameters.
Yes.
And that was, but I think the best I came over
Yes.
was the backtesting algorithm.
Yes.
So I studied carefully the backtesting algorithm of MetaTrader, and also other tools. I don't remember now what were there.
Yes.
But everything was very complex.
Yes.
I found that everything can be made faster, simpler, and more reliable.
Yes. Yes.
That was the beginning of Forex Strategy Builder. It started 2001. It was ready to use.
Yes.
2006 I patented it in the United States, but always it was my personal project, and always it was created to be used by me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the best projects are passion projects where you're fully engaged, and yeah, okay, if you get to benefit the world, that's great, but it's also something that you love and enjoy developing. So what I want to share with you that blew me away, I've been using a different platform, but I actually lost faith in the software when I built a fairly reliable trading system, and found that when I swapped the core data, I would have completely different results. And what I meant by core data, I meant the broker's data, and it wasn't a sensitive system. It was a very insensitive system, and like a slow time frame, and not so ridiculous. And I found massive differences by changing broker data. And I started to think, well, something's not right here. I don't know if it's a program, but something. I lost my faith in that software, basically. And then, I still keep using it and still kept coding. But literally a month ago, I came across your software and I thought, hey, this is really interesting, and pulled the trigger on it, as you know, bought it. And the first thing that blew me away is the absolute speed of it. For me to test in your competitor software one iteration, let's say 1 year with multiple indicators, it would chug along quite slowly. And now if I wanted to do, let's say I wanted to do 4 indicators with 10 different variables on each indicator, that could maybe take an hour to do. Whereas your platform is doing, on my system, it's doing about 1 million combinations per hour. Thereabouts. So first of all, congratulations on having very efficient and effective code. That it blows me away how fast it is. Question about yourself: you're still trading, are you, or are you just focused now on the software side?
No. I'm trading, but not to make money. I'm trading all the time to test the
software.
And the software, and I always try to break the software and
yes,
to break the experts. So
yes,
tens of experts, but I always make crash tests.
Yes, that's your focus.
Oh, there are many issues with the brokers, with the executions.
Yeah,
and I always try to improve the process.
Yeah, excellent. One thing I did notice about, I just so you're aware, I ported the first 4 EAs that I've made and got some confidence in. I've put them into MetaTrader and I'm now live trading them. They haven't done any trades, they're an hourly based system, but I've got 4 live. But I did have a look at your code in the EA that it spits out, and man, it's cleaner than what I can write. It's incredibly clean code and very logically thought out. So how did you get your system to do this?
Okay, so 10 years ago, when I started working on that tool, I wanted to deviate from MetaTrader.
Yes.
Because I didn't like how they work, and created a trading system with different rules and a different way of testing and trading.
Yes.
But I realized rather that I made this tool public.
Yes.
I realized that the people that are interested in that program, it was freeware.
Yes.
Time. They use MetaTrader.
Yes.
So, because the system was different, it was not possible to trade Forex strategies from Forex Strategy Builder in MetaTrader. And I created a program, bridge program. It was named Forex Strategy Trader. It was connected to MetaTrader, but used only MetaTrader only for data feed.
Yes.
For strategy trader calculated the strategy, the signals, and then pushed back the signals to MetaTrader for execution.
Yes.
But,
yes.
Probably 3 years ago, MetaTrader released new versions of the MQL language, and they made possible to use object-oriented programming.
Yes.
And I found that it is possible to recreate the model for a strategy builder. So actually, when you look at the code of the expert advisors created with for strategy builder, they are not ordinary expert advisors that you can download from the MetaTrader website. So what you see is the code for strategy builder rewritten in MQL. And actually, we have a small version
Yes.
of Forex Strategy Builder that also uses MetaTrader only for taking the ticks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Creates the signals and executes the trades. So it's very different from the ordinary MetaTrader.
Yes. Yes. And I guess this also gets away from the fear of the brokers being able to see exactly what your system is. I mean, there's always a fear. I guess, we're probably not big enough. No.
Brokers are 10 years ago. So
Yeah. Bucket shops. So I guess
they don't care of the trading system. They have different interests. How to take your spread or
yeah, of course.
We fight every day how to overcome the different issues the broker put on our trading. If you know, we have a pessimistic algorithm, shortest, nearest, random. I think we have 5 different algorithms because we found that there is something we call algorithm fitting. This something like optimization or curve fitting.
Curve fitting.
Such trading rules that uses the algorithm to produce a better result, but this result is not correct, of course.
Yes.
So for a strategy builder always uses a pessimistic algorithm.
Yep.
It can show. It always tries to show the least possible result, the most conservative result in the backtest.
Yes. I mean, that is one thing I like about it. The other thing that I like is being able to have out of sample data as well, which I think is fantastic. It's like getting walkthrough testing built into your system.
This Forex Strategy Builder creates a real out of sample.
Yes.
Actually, when you switch that set out the, let's say if you set set 30% auto sample.
Yes.
Out the last 30% of the data.
Yep.
And uses only the first series for calculating. And when the generator finishes, then it loads the full data series.
Yes.
So the result. So this is not just to take part of the stats. It is real. It cuts the data and uses the first part.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Well, just to keep going, I guess what I've got in front of me, and I might share my screen with you if this works. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
I think no.
Yeah, it's probably come up. I got the number wrong. This is generating about 100,000 iterations per hour, not a million. I want to kind of share with you what I've done to build my first system in your platform, and I'd love you to just give me some thoughts on the process that I've followed, and just in your experience, is it a good process? So what I did is I started not with a whole system. I started only focused on entry signals. And I didn't have any ideas at the time. So what I did is basically set just the bar opening. I then allowed it to find 2 to 3 indicators on the entry side. And on the exit, I set an N bar exit because I have the theory that, an entry basically is going to get you in either on the right side or the wrong side of a trade. And after the further time goes, the further your entry is out of control, I believe, because the market can act in any way afterwards. So I started with an entry system, and then what I did is I found combinations which was working with an N bar, a 10 bar exit effectively. And then what I started doing is locking the bar opening, the indicators that I found, and the bar closing, and then I let it grind for exit strategies. From there, I got a bunch that it collected, and I would effectively analyze the equity curve. I would look at system quality number. I would look at the win-loss ratio, and I would look at the size of the average profit versus average loss. And effectively, what I'm really looking at is that out of sample data. I'm really looking to see, did we curve fit on that first 60%, and is the last 40% curve fit or not? And then the final thing before it goes live is I will go then to the multi-markets and play it across 3 or 4 different currencies. And if I have 2 currencies not making money but a flat line, and then 2 currencies making money nicely, I would then say that's a validated system in my eyes. What are your thoughts on that process?
It's okay. Actually, it was exactly what I did before.
Okay.
Now I make it more simple. I just run the generator.
Yes.
And when it generates one collection of strategies, let's say 20-30 good strategies.
Yes.
I use I check visually the balance curve of these strategies. I want it to be rising smoothly.
Yes.
And when I like some of these, I check the logical rules.
Yes.
Check the numeric parameters of the indicators and try to round the parameters. For example, if there is a parameter with moving average with period 103,
yes,
I try to make it 100, right?
Yep.
For example.
And see what the effect is.
So
yeah.
I round the parameters, and actually this is a curve fitting test.
Yes.
And check the logical conditions to be logical.
Yes.
To not be controversial.
Yes.
Then I use the Monte Carlo tool. Actually, it is what I'm using most.
Yes.
So just start the Monte Carlo and try to test with the different options.
Yes.
And try to find what breaks the strategy, and if it passes the test, I put it aside.
Yes.
Try to create several other strategies, because we know that a single strategy can fail.
Absolutely.
To make money.
Yes.
So, I make several strategies per market, and mostly I trade on the major markets.
Yes. Yes.
One of the reasons is that the spread is lower.
Yes.
So when the spread is lower, our chances are better.
Yeah.
And I create 2, 3, 4, or 5 experts per market, and start 4 or 5 markets for trading.
Yes.
So if one expert fails, I hope that the other will cover the losses. And I create that, let's say, for 1 week.
Yes.
Or for 2 weeks, and leave these experts to trade. And during that time, I create another set of experts. And after this period, let's say 2 weeks,
yes,
I remove the old, not old, but the losing or the experts with smaller performance.
Yes.
Put another one.
Yes. Yes.
Another expert. So I maintain a portfolio of experts and constantly replace the losing experts, and really I don't try to improve.
Yes.
To optimize these experts I remove. There are many traders that what is the general belief that the traders try to make the perfect expert, or to buy some expensive expert for $400 or $1,000.
Yes.
They try to keep this expert working, but I don't think this works.
Well, generally, expert advisors are kind of working on a market inefficiency, I guess, and when the market wises up to the certain criteria that you're trading, effectively the market can shift and your system breaks. So I agree with you. I don't think you're going to run a trading system for 10 or 20 years. And as you said, I mean, if you're portfolio trading, you can still generate an average equity curve over that period of time if you're replacing losing systems and providing your money management is correct. So yeah, great advice. Thank you for sharing. I have one personal question that I don't understand yet in the platform regarding position sizing. I'm just seeing, where is it? Here we go. We've got, I just go to the editor, sorry. Editor. We've got 2 options for position sizing or units of trading amount, lots or percent. Now, is that percent of risk on the trade, or is that percent of the account?
But this is the percent of the account that it can be used for entry, but it is not exactly percent of the account, but percent of the available margin.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you open more positions, your available margin becomes lower.
Yes.
Or if your account goes up, your available margin goes up. So it calculates. For example, if you put 10%,
yes,
that means that you open a position with such amount that it will uses 10% of your available margin.
Yes. Yes. I got.
That is, some traders use this, and sometimes it shows a good result for the backers because with the time the strategy
it's compounding.
Makes profit and it increases the lot size.
Yeah.
And trades more and more profit. But I don't think this is actually a very good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Because I think that I have no proofs, but I think that every time we have to trade with an equal amount, with a constant amount, because we never know which trade will be profitable and which will be losing.
Yes.
And if you change the amount, we change the rules.
Yes.
So I think all experts and they must trade with equal amount.
Yes.
We can increase the amount.
Yes.
Or decrease it, but it must be. We must consider the risk, and I choose the amount in that way that can afford 10 consecutive losing trades without. For example, if I trade 10 expert, I can assume that it's possible all these 10 experts to open position at
the same time. Yeah.
And yes, and if they open a position in one time, I want this to be not more than 10% of my account, the available margin.
Yes, yes.
To afford consecutive losses and to be able to replace the losing experts and to put another one.
Yeah. Well, the 4 systems I put on MetaTrader yesterday, I set to 1% and 1% per system. Basically, is how I allocated it. So fairly, I think fairly conservative, but yeah. So very good. Just a quick question from your experience. Do you believe any time frame has an advantage over another, or are you believing a market is a market is a market regardless of time frame?
No, I do believe, but the reasons are different.
Okay.
The brokers want from us to trade with the shorter time frame.
Yep.
5 minutes, because
churning
it more frequently and create more spread for them.
Yep.
But I don't like that, because the market doesn't have time to develop. The ranges are shorter, smaller for the minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes. So also, but in the other way, the 4 and 1 day periods.
Yes.
They make the trading slower, and we need longer time to see, for example, 5-10 deals to be possible to evaluate our trading system, and everything becomes very slow. So I personally like 30 minutes and 1 hour time frames.
Yes.
But it is subjective, of course. So I see what my users and the traders. There are several experienced traders sharing their experience in our forum.
Yes.
Some of them prefer 4 hours trading. And
yes.
Because, 10 years ago, when I trade manually, I do prefer 4 hours, or also I trade 1 hour and 4 hours time frame, but I traded very slowly. So I prefer to open one position.
Yes.
Week.
Yes.
A week, and to open Monday and Tuesday, and to close at the end of the week.
Yeah.
But this is not good for auto trading.
Yes.
Everything becomes very slow.
Yes.
Auto trading is better to have more deals, but not too much.
Yeah, not so you're over trading and bleeding from the account drag and the spread. So
this is it's interesting. I think I have videos about that.
Yes.
In the forum, I very frequently make this frequent trading experts and to try to crash test the system.
Yes.
Make experts that trade every minute.
Wow.
Also at the beginning and also at the end of the minute.
Yes.
The surprise was that some of these experts make
money. Yeah, sure. But I would imagine when they fail, they're going to fail quite fast and catastrophic.
This would be. I would never start this one.
Yeah. I think
interesting experiment.
You almost need like an emergency handbrake. If the system draws down 30% or 20%, it just stops. And
have such protection in Expert Advisor Studio in experts generated by Forex Strategy Builder Professional. You can set I think hard amount of your account.
Yes.
Settings, and if your account drops below that amount, the expert will.
Yes. Excellent. Very good. So before, first of all, you've been really generous with your time. Thank you very much. One of the last questions I have for you is, let's say I'm a beginner and I've been recommended Forex Strategy Builder and I'm starting off. Where would you advise a beginner to start with this software?
The Forex trading is not easy.
Well done. Yeah.
Tries to convince us that it's very easy.
Yes.
That you have to buy, and when the price goes up, you buy and it makes.
Yeah.
Actually, everything is it's not difficult, but it's difficult to change your mind.
Yes.
And so how to start? What I recommend is first there are several demo strategies with the software.
Yes.
They are not designed to make profit. They have comments, and it is good just to play with the indicators.
Yes.
Go to the tools, for example, to the journals, to the Bar Explorer, to see how the signal works, how the backtest opens and closes the positions, to read the explanation in the strategy overview.
Yes.
The trading rules. There is a very good documentation, and with I think about 50 videos explaining the program.
Yep.
Slowly you became more confident.
Yes.
With this automatic trading, because automatic trading, how to say, there is some problems that you have experienced.
Yes.
To see how to solve, and they may be unique for your broker, for your system, for your way of trading. Some traders want to trade fast, some more to take the big trend.
Yes.
So you have to just start and always to try everything on a demo account.
Yes.
Or a live account, but with the minimum possible trading size.
I totally agree with this. Yep.
Yeah, because so actually the demo account is not. It's good for exercises, but
not for this.
No.
Yeah.
What I mean is that some traders test their strategies on the demo account.
Yeah.
If the strategy makes a good profit,
then they
start to the real. But the real account works in different way.
Yeah.
Many brokers has different the data feed for the real account.
Yes.
The real account has different dynamic, different volume, and the strategy may fail.
Yep.
So the best is to start with the minimum possible amount.
Yes.
And to leave the strategy working on the real.
I agree 100% with that. With the other factor is, regardless of how you're trading, manual trading or with the automated trading systems, the psychology with real money is totally different. And if you've got a system, like, you don't know if you pull the trigger on your system today, and it might start the day you press play, it might start in drawdown. And you still don't know, is that system valid, or has it been invalidated immediately? Was it curve fit? And the psychology changes completely. So I totally agree. A small account, small amount of money risked on your system, and doing portfolio review, I think, is a very, very smart way to start. And I guess the other advice is probably expect to lose your first 2 accounts over time. So I think majority of traders I've met have always got a story where they've blown something up at some stage. So exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So that's I think it seems to me every trader goes through the same story, and you've done the same, and I have, where you start and you read thousands of books, and then you investigate software, and then you try different systems, and you go through this journey effectively, and usually over about 10 years. So it's if you're beginning, the advice is enjoy the journey. Don't risk your house, don't risk anything major, and just learn and grow with it. So
the biggest problem with the beginner traders are that after they make several winning deals, they increase the amount.
Yep.
Or they increase put more money in their accounts.
Yes.
And this is the biggest problem.
Yes.
After they they left the Forex.
Yeah.
And this is not good. And this is what we see every day.
Yeah.
Actually, the brokers, after you put let's say $1,000, they call you, okay, why you put $1,000 to make 100, but if you put 10,000 to make 1,000?
Yeah.
We don't have to believe to the brokers every time.
Yeah. yeah, absolutely. I actually have acquaintance in Forex trading training. He's doing not Forex, sorry, it's options. And you know, his business model is based on people washing out effectively. It's you know, it's an incredible thing. And he says, well, the good ones stay with me, but everybody else blows up at some stage. You know, so anyway.
That's why Forex Strategy Builder is the best kept secret in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, years ago I thought that it will be spread because it was free.
Yes.
So no one speak about that, the brokers and forums and like that.
Of course.
It appears that now it was like a hobby project to me years ago. And 2014 I started, or 13, I started my company. Actually, I started the company 10 years ago, but developed this professional version.
Yes.
It was, only for a strategy builder, it was more simple.
Absolutely. Well,
this Forex Strategy Builder is very well accepted among the traders.
Yeah.
We give only good feedback from our traders, and we will always update and try to improve the software.
The other thing is that's really good is the forums. I jumped on the forums the moment I bought it, and I'm usually on trading forums, but not so active. I'm usually reading and.
It's only for users of Forex Strategy Builder professional.
Yeah.
We discuss not. Also, we discuss the market, but not okay. Today the market is going up. No, we discuss how to make a better strategy, better testing model, the statistics, and such problems.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so I really appreciate the fact that you've got this forum running. So Miroslav, I want to say thank you not only for building an awesome piece of software and putting your life's work in front of the world, but thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. And so if anybody wants to have a chat with you, your website is www. I'm going to just pull it up while I'm recording. www. Or it's forexsb.com. Sorry. We don't have a www, and you've got all the different software on there. At the moment, Expert Advisor Generator is free to try, and I tried this and pumped out some systems with, you know, it's amazing to me that you get this MetaTrader code come out from a little period of time, and you've got a system immediately. So that's really interesting.
We actually. I work these days on Expert Advisor Studio.
Yes.
But my next task is to improve this Expert Advisor Generator.
Yes.
It became a constantly free tool, and I will expand the possibilities to import our own historical data. Because what you said in the beginning of the talk, it's very when you create a strategy in one market.
Yes.
On one data, and you put this strategy on your broker, it is very difficult to make a good result. So I will improve this Expert Advisor Generator.
Yes.
It's possible to import your own data from MetaTrader and to create.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Excellent.
It will become free, and it will happen probably in the end of August.
Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. Well, I'll be watching. That's awesome work there. Miroslav, thank you very much for your time. And we appreciate everything you do. Just so the people watching my vlog understand, I'm not getting paid. I don't get anything free from Miroslav. I'm just really appreciating his software, and I'm finding it's made my life a lot easier compared to what I've used. So I want to share this with you guys. So thank you very much, Miroslav.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Trade safe.